YouTube are different. So if you start talking straight away, people on YouTube will not hear what you say at the beginning. So countdown clock is a neat way of actually making sure that when you do start talking, people can hear you. And hello to everybody who's actually joining the broadcast, and thank you. And hopefully we'll be live in a moment in the Be.Livers group and on YouTube. And yes, we're live. I'm going to take my first message and say hello to Chris. And Chris, thank you for joining me, and to everybody else who's joining as well. It's very good of you to be here. If you've got any questions at all, then please do ask them during the course of the show. This show is driven by your questions. This is Stephen in Wiltshire in England, and I'm here with my monthly broadcast into the Be.Livers group, talking about the topic that I actually wrote about in the blog last week. So I'm going to go to my agenda and say an official welcome to the show. And we're talking about scheduling shows with the new Facebook updates. And times, I listened to a broadcast yesterday by Mari Smith, who's a fellow Brit. She's from Scotland originally. And she was talking about Facebook reach and Facebook reach being a problem. Now, we have this discussion every 6 months ago. Facebook changes things and we don't get as many people actually watching our live shows. But I say hello for first time in a long time. Maria, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah. Nice to see you. Yes, so hello to Chris and Maria and to everybody else who's watching. If you've got questions, then please do ask. This is the place to get your questions answered whilst I'm live. I'm live in the Be.Livers group, and you can also hop over to YouTube and watch there. So Facebook have been making changes, and Maury was saying that in the last 7 to 10 days, she's noticed a fall in reach, and she's not alone. I mean, speaking to my friends about their broadcasts, they're having exactly the same problem. I know Karen was talking about it. So that's the major reason, that one of the major reasons should actually schedule our shows. You can schedule up to 7 days in advance on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can do it so simply at the same time. As we all know, you need a date and time, you need a title, description, and a cover image, and then that's it. You created a broadcast on YouTube, and YouTube has not changed at all. YouTube is, if Facebook is the hare, then YouTube is the tortoise, and tortoises don't move very quickly. And when they do change things, they tell everybody about it and ask everybody about it. And hello to Maria again, and it's nice to see you as well. Excellent. Okay, so what did Facebook went up to? And Facebook have changed the way that scheduling works. And in the blog that accompanies this show, you'll find details of exactly how to schedule. I mean, I've given you a quick tour now, but it shows you step by step how to schedule to Facebook and YouTube. Now, when you do schedule, only one post goes to Facebook. And that post is not the video post, it's a promotional post. And the video will not be on that post ever. But if you look bottom right hand corner of the post, you see broadcast only edit. And that's the beginning of actually growing your reach, because you can press that button as the host of the show and you can go into what is effectively Facebook Creator, and you can cross post to differing pages. Now, when we did a poll yesterday, I'm going to bring it up on screen if I can find it. Yes, I found it. When we did a poll yesterday, it was very interesting. I'm going to take myself off full screen, hide that. This is a poll that was done in Be.Livers group yesterday, and if you visit Be.Livers group, you'll be able to see it and you'll be able to vote. But one of the major ways in which people actually promote their posts is through cross-posting. Now, cross-posting, you can cross-post business page to business page. You can't do it on personal profiles, you can't do it on groups, but you can do it between business pages. And the idea is that, well, okay, by way of explaining, David's in Canada, I'm in the UK. I said to David, can I cross-post to your page? And David said, yes, you can. And he said, can I cross-post to Be.Live in 5? So we started cross-posting to each other's pages. So that when he goes live on his page, the show with David Burrows, it goes live on my Be.Live in 5 page. That's cross-posting. When you go live, the pages go live. Now, to set it up, you've got to reach agreement between you, going to settings on your page, going to cross-posting and post the link to the page that you want to cross-post with. They will then get a message from Facebook saying, do you want to cross-post? If they say yes, then whenever you go live, you can cross-post to their page, and you do it by clicking the edit button on the post that's created on Facebook when you schedule a broadcast. So you've got to schedule to be able to cross-post. You can't cross-post without scheduling. And it's just so simple and easy to set up. And we say hello to Corinda. Oh, ho, ho. It's not Christmas yet, Corinda. Not by a long chalk is it Christmas. Yep, and Corinda's agreeing. So cross-posting is a great way of actually increasing your audience, because what you're doing is you're broadcasting to your audience on your page, but you're also broadcasting to other audiences on other pages. So setting up cross-posting agreements with people is very worthwhile. And again, I explain that step by step in the blog, but it is quite simple. Talk to them first. Have a look at their page. This is important. There is no point in cross-posting to a page that nobody ever visits. Take a look at the page, see how busy it is, and make sure that they're posting on a regular basis. A couple of times a week, every day if possible. And they're posting video as well, because if you're going to post your video to their page, then you want to know that they have an audience for that video. So do check out who you're going to cross-post with in advance. And you can only cross-post on Facebook. Thank you for the question, Corinda. As well. No, you can't cross-post. You can, right, okay. Cross-posting is Facebook-based. It's between two Facebook pages, of which you are one, and the other. You can cross-post as many pages as you want. There's no limit. There is no limit. I've got a page that could theoretically cross-post to 200 different pages on Facebook. And it's all set up, but if I press the button, there'll be 200 people saying, what? How did that get there? So never a good idea to post to 200 pages, but to post to half a dozen pages is a great way of actually increasing your audience. And again, cross-posting is actually explained in the blog. If you've got any questions about cross-posting, then please do ask. The next one is important as well. If you're doing an interview or hosting a chat show with 4 of you on screen, then your guest should be sharing, and they're sharing it with their network. So these are additional people. So if you ask, don't be afraid of asking. They can only say no. They are on the show. They're on the show to get publicity, and they're there to help you, and you're there to help them. It's a win-win situation. There is no reason why they should not share. And over to Corinda, who's keeping me going. Thank you, Corinda. Right, okay. Right, okay. I've explained cross-posting, which is between Facebook pages. I'm simulcasting at the moment, and this broadcast is going out to Facebook and to YouTube. Because it's going into the Be.Livers group, I couldn't cross-post it, but I am able to go to YouTube at the same time. So that's covered, Corinda. With Be.Live, you can go to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Okay, now one thing that I do, which came up on the list, and over to Corinda again. sharing is important. So it's sharing into groups. If you are in a group and that group would benefit from watching your broadcast, especially if it's your group, it's a no-brainer. You actually just share into the group. If it's somebody else's group and you're sharing a video, I would suggest that you speak to the admin first. And you either put on the top, if this is not okay, please delete, or you ask them first. And if you ask them first and they say no, then you don't. If they say yes, you've made a new contact and you can go ahead and share in the group. Now, sharing in the group and cross-posting and sharing by guests have just one thing that you can't do. You can't see the comments in all those places it's been shared and cross-posted to until after you've gone live. Technically, it should be possible for Facebook to actually do that. It should be possible. It should be possible for Facebook to actually aggregate all the posts and bring them together back to your broadcast. If you think about it, Facebook knows the original post. It knows where the shares are. It knows where the cross posts are. So it's not technically difficult for them to bring all the comments into one place, on Facebook. And that logical place would be that if you make a comment on the shared post, it shows on the original post. Comment on the shared post, shows on the original post. That would make everybody's life a lot easier because you're just controlling one post, right? What you have to do at the moment, though, and I suggest you do it because you're losing out if you don't. What I do at the end of a broadcast is, and I'll do it in Be.Live as today, after this broadcast in Be.Live, I will go through every single post, every single comment that's been made, and I'll reply to that comment. Whether I've replied to it on screen or not, I always make the point of networking, of getting to know people, and that's where the magic of live video comes in. When people actually comment on your broadcast and say hello to, okay, and UK video first, is on YouTube watching, and yes, your comment has made it to the screen, and comments from YouTube I can actually see in my studio and bring on screen. And hello, Chris. That's Chris. I think that's Chris saying hello. All right. Okay. Brilliant. I love it when conversations go on. But as Facebook won't bring all the posts to get other things together, I go through all the comments afterwards. I answer every question that's been asked. I add additional information that I can't give while I'm actually speaking live. And that's basically the best way to do it, because you're actually making contact, and every comment on a post increases the reach. So if you comment on a post, you're increasing the reach, which increases the number of people who can see it. When we say reach, we're talking about a number of people who can see it. We've got 25,000 members in the Be.Livers group. Every post has a reach. When you start off, you've got a reach of nothing, 0. When somebody likes your post, the reach goes up a little bit. When somebody comments on your post, the reach goes up further. If 10 people comment on your post, then more people will see it until you get right to the top. And on one post, we actually reached 6,000 out of the 25,000 members, which, considering that only half of the membership of a typical group are active, meant that we actually reached 60% of the active members. So it's possible. And that was done simply by actually commenting on the post. If you go live in a group, just in a group, you've got to promote it. We'll come back to that. But you won't get a great reach unless you do it consistently. If you go live in a group at the same time, same day, each week, then you'll increase your viewers, you increase your reach. Okay. So we're back to the point that Facebook don't actually aggregate the comments into one place. So you've got to do it. And the only way you can do that is by visiting. Right. Okay. I've got a question, which I'll take. How many members can be on Mighty Network? Mighty Network is where my website is. My private network. If you want to join us, just say join in the comments now, and you can come over to Building Our Community and join us. UK Video First is a member of the group, but a Mighty Network, I've seen a Mighty Network with 170,000 people. And if my group over there reaches 170,000 people, then I'll be mightily surprised. Well, be good. And got another hello from YouTube. So it's great that everybody's commenting from YouTube. If you want your name to show, then just log into YouTube with your normal YouTube login. And explanation that UK Video First is Corinda. Hello, Corinda. And over to Chris. And thank you for your comment, Chris. I'm very happy that as a guest, I was able to share our interview with my network. Everyone was very satisfied, and the number of viewers is still growing. True. I mean, on YouTube, a video is forever. I'll come back to that later. But sharing as a guest is very important, getting your guests to share. So you've cross-posted, your guest has shared, you've shared into a group. What happens to all those cross-posted and shared posts after you've finished? What should happen is this, that you should visit every one of them and make at least one comment. And that comment is, thank you very much for watching the video. Enjoy the replay. That comment is worth its weight in gold because more people will actually see the broadcast just by putting one comment in. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the replay on every single share and cross post. Now, if you go to your business page, you can see where it's been cross posted. You can click on the link and it'll take you straight there. So just go into your analytics on your Facebook page and you'll see exactly where it's been shared to and you cross posted to, and you can go to the cross post, you can type in, thank you for watching, enjoy the replay. On posts which have been shared, you really got to track those down. If you go to the bottom of your post on Facebook, right hand corner is the number of times your post was shared. And if you click it, it will tell you every place it's been shared to. Go down those shares, visit the shared post and say, thank you for watching, enjoy the replay. And do that for every shared post and do that for every cross post, because you're marketing your brand. You're actually reaching out and telling people, it matters to me that you actually watched, not that I've just put a video out there and you care about your audience. And the way of showing that is to actually make a comment on the post, on the shared post, on the cross-posted post. Do make comments because comments increase viewers. Comments build your network. If on a shared post or a cross-posted post, somebody has commented, then answer the comments or reply to the comments. The more work that you do on the shared and cross-posted posts, the more viewers you will get next week. Repeat the exercise, the more viewers you'll get the week after that. This is building an audience, and it's building an audience one share, one cross post at a time, and looking after the people who are actually watching you. Let's catch up with the comments. And okay, Corinda is saying really, and Corinda is saying okay. Type in join. Okay, and Corinda again. Okay, and good news, Corinda is back streaming today. So if you catch him, do say hello. He basically, Corinda was left hospital over the weekend because we're in a situation where we're in lockdown from Thursday, and the hospitals are actually cancelling operations. So Corinda is at home. If you want to keep him company during his live broadcast, and I'll try my best to, then please do. Corinda, if you want to put a link in the post, then people can find you afterwards. And on to the next comment. Facebook layout has probably changed since last time you looked. Facebook is forever changing, and yet more people would like your shows if you actually interacted, and more people watch your broadcasts, and you can build it up over time. There's so many people who go live and nobody watches them at first. We've got to do the work. We've got to schedule, we've got to cross post, we've got to share. We're the ones who've got to do that. We do the legwork and the audience will follow. If you do nothing, then nothing will happen. And that's a sad fact, but it's up to you. It's in your control. It's your time you're spending, but you're actually building a network. Now, what I've started to do is I'm building my own network, and it's not on Facebook. So if you want to join, just type join in the comments and I'll send you an invitation. It's a place for people to network and collaborate, and we've got several collaborations actually going on there at the moment. But back to basics and back to live video, which is what we all love. Let's bring the list back up, and it's coming in quite handy. It saves me actually going over to my agenda. This is my agenda. Okay, the next most popular way of promoting your broadcast is sharing. Now, you can share anywhere. You should be aware, though, that a share does not have the same value to Facebook as a cross post. So if you're sharing to pages, to other people's pages, then do arrange a cross post. You'll get more viewers if you cross post than if you share. All of these things I've tried and tested over the last 4 years. Okay, questions come in. What is it when people go live, they don't have order, but they use Notepad on screen share? I'm not quite understanding, Corinda. If you could sort of rephrase that. Most live video does have audio. If, however, the only thing I can think is if you were broadcasting to, I want to be PC here, to a group of people who can't hear you, who are hard of hearing or deaf. And then you would use a pad to actually write what you're saying and get your message across. So if you give us an example, Corinda, that would be most helpful. Okay, so I'm going to hide that, come back to ours. So cross-posting is better than sharing. And it's just, well, it takes a bit of work to get it sorted, but once you've got that, you don't have to share. You can just cross-post. Cross-posting has been made so easy now. When your broadcast is scheduled, bottom right-hand side, broadcaster only, edit. Broadcaster only, edit. You go in there, you go to cross-posting, and you get a list of all the pages you can cross-post to. So rather than having to go to 10 different places or 100 different places, you can go down and you can decide which pages to cross-post to. And not all shows would go to the same pages. So I've got shows which wouldn't go to certain friends' pages because I know they're not interested in what I'm talking about. So that sort of thing. Okay, so sharing. Okay, now this is a good one considering where we are at the moment. Over to Corinda. Okay. And encourage viewers to share. Now, I would, and I do. There's nothing wrong in it. If you ask your viewers to share, then they have a binary choice, either do or they don't, and they're still your contacts and friends whether they do or they don't. But it can have an effect, especially during a live broadcast. If people are actually enjoying what you're saying and you're live on your profile or you're live on a business page, then do ask people to share. If you're live in a private group, then you can't share because it's a private group and what's said in the group stays in the group. But on a page or your profile, you can actually ask your viewers to share. Now, if, for example, I might say, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're on Twitter, please could you tweet out the broadcast? Now that's a bit forward, but you never know. Ask. People don't have to do it, but they might do it. So encouraging viewers to share is a good thing to do. Now, one that I don't use I haven't used, and I'd be interested to have to speak with John Lyons afterwards, is using Facebook event announcements. Now, on Be.Live at the moment, we can't broadcast to an event. However, you can create an event on your Facebook page, a recurring event on your Facebook page, with information about your broadcast. And you could do it, if you've got a weekly show, you could do it for the month ahead. If you've got, yeah. So actually putting Facebook event announcements is a good way of actually attracting people, because people may well click to get a reminder. So you just need the date and time of the broadcast, you need an image, you need everything you did to actually schedule the broadcast, and you put it on the event page. Then when you go live, if you go live, you take the link from your Facebook page and you put it onto the event so that people can watch you from your event. If you are broadcasting on YouTube, you could, we're going to come to this, but you could write a blog, and the blog post could have the YouTube video embedded in it, so that you could send people to your YouTube account by writing a blog post about it. And I wrote a blog post about this today, but I couldn't put the Facebook link in because only Be.Live would see it, but I was able to put the YouTube link in. So I did a blog to promote this. And so events, I'm going to try that. And thank you to John for suggesting it. Right, okay, now I discovered this next bit. I said, oh, hello. I haven't used Facebook events, neither have I, Corinda. And Be.Live at the moment doesn't have RTMP. So at the moment, my answer has to be that Be.Live does not have RTMP. I do know it's on the roadmap, but it's not available as I'm sat here. And out to Nick, to be joined by Nick is good. Right, okay. Well, Nick said, I've created an event and put the link in, not sure if it worked. If you don't know, you don't try. And I think you've got to, you see, with an event, we could come on to our next option, which is boosting or advert placements. If you've got a scheduled broadcast or an event, then you can boost it. Now, this is, we know the whole aim of this is to actually get more people watching your live broadcasts, and the more you do, the more people will watch. Boosting for $10 or $20 is an approach that works. More people will actually view the broadcast. Fact. Right? Okay. Facebook shows your broadcast to more people. You can pick an audience. I've picked an audience which is based around, in the USA, it's based around New York, Seattle, San Diego, and 6 other cities in the States. And I boost my post to that audience and I get viewers. The debatable point is whether you actually get repeat viewers. And I think that if you did a weekly boost for $10 or $20, then you would get repeat viewers. So you've got to make an investment. And basically, you're actually, this is why Facebook works. People pay to reach people on Facebook. And you can pin your audience down to people between 35 or 50 living in New York who buy wine, for example. You can target a specific audience if you boost your post. Now, you cannot boost a live video with the video in it until you actually go live. But I heard again via Mari that you can now boost a post, a video post, whilst you're live. Now that's an interesting development. Didn't used to be that way. You used to be able to boost the recording, you used to be able to boost an event. Now you can actually boost whilst you're live. So if I went into my Facebook page, no, I can't boost in a group, but if I was live on my Facebook page and I was co-hosting the show and I said to my co-host, can you take over for 5 minutes? I could go to my Facebook page, I could boost the live video and then come back. Okay, so you need somebody to work with to actually work properly. You can't do it on your own, because if I disappeared off screen now for 10 minutes, you'd surely notice and you think, well, that's not very good, is it? So you need somebody else who's an admin of your page, or you need to be able to pop off screen and do it yourself. But boosting does work. It does get you an audience. You've then got the job of keeping the audience, and that's a good point. Okay, let's come back to me for a moment. We just said that you can boost a post and reach an audience, and I can attest, having done it on many an occasion, that boosting a post works. However, this is the caveat. If I boost this post, for the first 45 seconds of this post, people will be watching a countdown clock with me talking over it, but a countdown clock, which is not the most interesting bit that I want people to see. I don't want people to see a countdown clock. I don't want people to see me saying, hello, 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 where are you from? I want people, if I'm going to boost a post, I want people to see, being honest, the most interesting 2 minutes, 20 seconds of my broadcast. If I'm going to boost anything, I'm not going to boost a 30-minute or a 60-minute broadcast, because people come in and they watch the first few minutes and they will not fast forward to the interesting bit, because all they can see is a 60-minute show, a 60-minute broadcast. And I'm grateful that people do watch my recordings, and some people, for which I'm extremely grateful, do watch 60 minutes. But a casual viewer will watch the first few minutes of the broadcast. And that's why Owen's always saying, hit the road, and Jeff Adams, hit the road hard. At the beginning of your broadcast, tell people what's in it. Okay, my approach now is slightly different. After this broadcast, in order to promote this and any reposts that I do, I will go into the Be.Live video editor and I will get a 2-minute, 20-second clip from this video. And it will be the most interesting bit. Either somebody's asked a question, somebody's made a comment. Yeah. And that's the 2 minutes, 20 seconds that I want people to watch. So I create a snippet, and I can do it within 20 minutes of the show finishing. The snippet can be ready. I can upload it to my page. I can boost it. And I can say, this is from my show today. Thank you, everybody who watched live. If you want to watch the replay, click this link. Now, people are going to watch a 2-minute, 20-second clip from your live show. You can boost it, or you can share it everywhere. And that includes Periscope. If you've got a 2-minute, 20-second clip, then that's the max you can use on Periscope. I use a piece of software called OneStream.live, and I can upload the video to there and it will send it out basically wherever I want it. And I'm sending out the bit that I know is the best bit of my show. I'm not asking people to watch a countdown clock. Why? You've got the video editor. It's so easy to use. Take a clip from it and reuse that clip and use it to promote this week's broadcast, the replay, and next week's broadcast, so that people get an idea of exactly what your broadcast is about. So that's the power that the video editor has. Rather than people watching the first few minutes of a show, they're actually watching the minutes you want them to watch. And in any broadcast that we do, there has to be some part of the broadcast that you want to promote. So use the Be.Live video editor, do a clip, promote that clip. Right, rant over. Let's go back to the comments. And okay, and over to, all right, Adam, hello on, oh, right, okay, thank you, Corinda. Okay, that will not be in the clip. That will not appear in the clip. and Corinda talking about some of the software whilst we're live on Be.Live, well, I'll forgive him, but don't do it again. Okay, boost after going, yeah, according to, I was watching Maury Smith. Maury did a broadcast yesterday, very interesting broadcast about the fact that reach has gone down, and therefore the number of potential viewers has gone down, even for Maury Smith. And if it happens to Maury, it happens to everybody. So you can now boost a post whilst you are live. The only way to find out if that's true or not is to actually go and check it. And to Nick again. Oh, okay, and that came up automatically. All right, okay. And so trim live video inside Facebook after recording and then boost. I'd trim it within Be.Live. Be.Live's got its own video editor. Yeah, no need to leave Be.Live. After the broadcast, you get a question: would you like to edit this live video? And you press yes, and it's taken into the Be.Live video editor. You're not leaving Be.Live. You edit it. This is a true story. True stories are best. As you know, I go live on Facebook quite a lot, and the problem I had was that the beginning of a Facebook Live wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So I thought, right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Facebook video editor, and I'm going to edit the post, and I'm going to take out the first 2 minutes and leave the other 58 in there. So I went into the video editor. I don't know about you, but I never read manuals. So I went intuitively into Facebook video editor, and I set it up so that strip the first 2 minutes off, leaving the 58. Okay, and I pressed the button. Tell you what, it was so quick. Do you know why it was so quick? Because I now had a video that was 2 minutes long, not 60 minutes. So I don't find, sorry, that's a true story. I had a 2-minute video out of a 60-minute show, and if Be.Live were not storing the HD copy, then I'd have lost the show. As it was, I came over to Be.Live, I went into my streams, I downloaded the HD version and uploaded that to Facebook. Within the hour, nobody knew any different, but I knew that I had made a mistake. But back to Nick's point, and I would edit the live within Be.Live. The Be.Live editor, the Be.Live video editor is superior to anybody's video editor. Fact. When you edit a video in Facebook or Camtasia or Screencast-O-Matic, how do you know what's in the video? You have to watch the video. And when you get to an interesting point, you say, I'm going to start the clip here. And then you've got to carry on listening. I'm going to finish the clip here. Because the only thing you've got is the video. And the only way you can find out the interesting bits is to watch the video. This is not so with the Be.Live video editor, because the Be.Live video editor shows the video at the top of the screen, but underneath that, it shows you every time somebody made a comment, every time you change the screen layout, every time a guest joined, every time somebody shared the post, every time somebody liked the post. So in other words, all the interaction that took place during your live video is shown graphically at the bottom of the screen. And you can go straight to a comment on the time thingy underneath, time thingy, we'll call it that. Press play, and you straight at that point where the comment was made. Okay, and then you can say, right, I want to go there, and then you just pull it over, and that's your clip. And you can do it by comments, you can do it by screen changes. Screen changes, very powerful, because if you're changing the screen, the story's changing, and it's at that point you might want to take a clip. So all the indicators that tell you this is an interesting bit are all in the time thingy at the bottom. And you can very quickly, I'll give you, for instance, 2 weeks ago, we did a show for NVIDIA, which is called Inspired by NVIDIA. And on that broadcast, we had Abhilash, who is everywhere, and he said we could go live in the group, which was wonderful. But we also had Sanket Shah, who's the CEO of NVIDIA, and we interviewed him. John and I interviewed him. And we interviewed Abhilash as well. I was able to go in the Be.Live video editor without thinking, to go straight to the section with Abhilash and then straight to the section with Sanket, cut out 2 interviews within minutes, download them in HD, and then repurpose them. That's how powerful the Be.Live video editor is, because it tells you, you can see when the, try it. Okay, so that's second rant over. Let's carry on. Okay, yes, using Be.Live live video editor. Let's catch up with the comments and over to Chris. And Chris is saying, please, Stephen, can you give me a clip of the interview with Carl? Oh, surely. Yep, I can do that. I can certainly do that. Divine, hello, Divine. Nice to see you. Oh, yes. Yeah. The original broadcast is not affected by what you do. The original broadcast stays. You're not actually, whilst you're in edit mode, you can take 1 clip, 2 clips, 10 clips out of it, and you can download each clip individually. You can use it individually, but when you've finished, you can then download the whole video if you want. The video is not affected. It's not changed by the clips. All you're doing is copying and pasting effectively. You're not actually destroying the original. And over to Divine again. All right, can you, okay, and say hello to Alan. Alan, hello. Nice to see you. All right, okay, and a recommendation for the Be.Live editor. Alan is saying it's easy to use and quite intuitive and a great addition. It's included in the subscription, which is, well, Be.Live is the only system with a video editor, HD video stored for 90 days, live selling. It's the only system with those 3 things. There are 2 more as well. If you can think of anything that Be.Live's got that nobody else has. But the live selling is marvelous. And I'm thinking of doing that. I'll tell you my idea. And hello, Ted. Nice to see you. I hope everything's well in the Philippines. Thank you for joining us. And over to Alan again. And Alan is saying it's easy to find the good bits. Exactly so. That's what I was trying to say, Alan. That's what I was trying to say. And over to Corinda. It's okay. I've got it. I'll do it. Chris, I'll do a clip. Oh, thank you. This is my friend Stephen Silk, and Stephen is on my new networking site. And thank you very much, kind of you to say so. And every success with the new group you started on the network. Okay, so I was gonna go off on something else then. Yeah. Okay. So again, if you've got any questions about any aspect, and thank you everybody who's watching live. If you say hello, I will feature your comment on the screen. If you have a question, then please do ask it. I could be testing something, but if you've got questions, then please do ask them. I love to show them on screen. And right, okay, there is nothing wrong with taking a Be.Live feed over to Restream. Be.Live, sorry, Restream's got its own studio. You could screen share. I do this before Be.Live went to YouTube, and it's been going to YouTube for a while. I used to take the feed from Facebook, and I used to use that feed on Restream to broadcast out to other places. So you can do a screen share. There is, to answer your original question, no RTMP at the moment. And scrolling down, so we can't, if I missed anything, and Alan is saying it's easy to find things, and yes, it is. It's an amazing kit. So that's my recommendation of the Be.Live video editor. Try it out. It's in your subscription, and it is so simple and straightforward to use. Well, put it this way. You know me and making videos. I haven't made an instructional video for it because when they designed it so that it can just be understood. You've got two, I'll tell you what it is. It's two slidey things. You slide those in to get the bit you want. And there's a time thing underneath which points out the interesting parts to you. So that's the non-technical explanation. And then you click the button top right and it automatically downloads an HD snippet. Now, as I say, with the snippets, what you do is you use it to boost your shows, to let people on Periscope know about your shows, to let people on, well, wherever you want to, wherever you've got a social presence, you can actually post. Now, I just want to bring this back on screen again. So we said the top where people actually increase their reach is through cross-posting. That's explained in the blog. Encouraging guests to share. If a guest is on your show, they're on your show to reach your audience and to get publicity. You could ask, you should ask, they should do it. It should be a matter of honor that if you're taking half an hour or 60 minutes out of your day to help them promote their latest book or blog or whatever, then the least they can do is actually share, not just once, but several times. And if you don't ask, you don't get. Sharing into groups is something that I do as well. It is because you're reaching an audience that you know. If it's not your group, do ask beforehand before sharing in a group, because you can share into any group you like. But you wouldn't share cricket into a football group. Okay, so I got the cricket in there. That's good. Sharing yourself, share it everywhere. Okay. Now the thing about those four things is, and encourage viewers to share as well. The thing about those 5 things is that if they take place, you have got to do something after the show. If you don't follow up, if you don't comment and say, thank you for watching, please enjoy the replay, you're losing out on a big opportunity. Sharing to a page that's quiet, no value. Cross-posting to a page that has nothing on it, no value. Sharing to a busy page, cross-posting to a busy page, they're golden, but only if you follow up. And if you cross-post to somebody else's page and you go in as yourself on their page afterwards and comment and reply to everybody who's commented during the live broadcast, then that's networking, that's getting to know people, that's getting true value out of your live broadcast. Yeah. Broadcasting is not turning up, talking for 60 minutes and then running off. Not done properly, it's not. Anyway, okay. And to Nick, and Nick is saying, setting up for a new show for live selling. Now that's what you just reminded me, Nick. Okay, I've got an idea for everybody. Right, this is an idea for everybody who broadcasts in the UK. And I'm going to do it locally, but you can do this locally too. This is for everybody in the UK, every broadcaster. There's something that you can do to help local businesses. On Thursday in the UK, we go into lockdown and all but essential shops have to close. So hardware store, every store in town, if you go into town on Thursday, go for a walk, 90% of the shops will be shut, closed. Okay. They're out of business for 4 weeks. They can't open. It's illegal for them to open the doors. They wouldn't even think about it. They would not open the doors in the UK. So here's the idea. You already have a Be.Live subscription. You already have the know-how to run a live broadcast. Any shop which has been closed can still do click and collect. Click and collect is where you phone the shop or go to their website and you say, I would like to buy and I'll come and collect it. Click and collect is the way that businesses can keep ticking over. They won't get people running into the shops, will they? It's not going to happen. But with click and collect, you can encourage people to actually order by phone or online and come into your store and actually collect it, obeying the COVID-19 rules. Which means that every single store in your neighborhood which is closed has the ability to sell. Unfortunately, this is a well-kept secret. So what I'm starting in Devisers is I'm going to start a series of 15-minute interviews with shopkeepers. And I will talk to the shopkeeper about where they're based, what they do, what they sell. They will be on screen in Be.Live with me, but before that, they will give me 3 products that they sell. They'll give me a description, a title, a price, and a link to their landing page for that item. So what I'm proposing to do is to use Be.Live live selling to promote local businesses by a 15-minute interview, and during that interview show 3 products on screen, and people can click the link and buy, or at least get to the webpage and have a look around. So I encourage you, if you are a live broadcaster and you want to help local business, now is the time. They can't open the shop, but they can click and collect. The only thing is, nobody knows it. So if you have the ability to go live, you can help them by going live on their page. In Devisers, all the shopkeepers have got together. They've got one page with everybody on it. I'm looking to broadcast on that page and interview a different shopkeeper every single day between now and the end of lockdown, which gives me 28 interviews. Let's use Be.Live. Let's help local businesses. I'm going to put this. I'm going to put that clip out later. Okay, so that's my second. Okay, and over to comments, and that was the trigger that I needed. Nick, thanks for the trigger. And over to Stephen Silk. Oh, please do, Stephen. Love a bit of cricket. No, you don't. I know you don't. And say hello to Jerry. Jerry, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. And over to Alan. And Alan is saying, we're a great service to your fellow citizens. Well, it is a win-win situation. I mean, I go live at the drop of a hat. So going live for 15 minutes and actually helping local businesses is something that I can do. I've got the skill set to do it, so I'm going to do it. And I encourage you to actually, if you can. And Ted Claudio is saying, great idea to help small, medium enterprises, local businesses. Thank you, Ted. And the thing is, it's not restricted to the UK. This is the global thing. With the odd exception, most countries, France has got lockdown, Germany's got lockdown. Yeah. There are lockdowns in certain states, in the States. This is a way that we as live broadcasters can help people. Yeah. And it's just, who are you? What do you sell? Can you give me 3 examples? Who are you? What do you sell? Can you give me 3 examples? And those links will be dropped so that people can click them and buy whilst you're live. And the wonderful thing is that when people do buy whilst you're live, okay, it does work. It's a proven fact. And I'm going to have a word with Irene, see if we can develop the idea further. And on to the next comment and say hello to Super Idea Devisers. And you could do it for Antwerp, Chris. Okay, and over to Nick. Love that idea. That's how I started, without a live selling option at the start of the last lockdown. There you go. Great minds think alike, Nick. And Nick and I are back next Monday at 3 o'clock. Stephen's just purchased some keg beer from the local Titanic. All right, okay. And this is the thing, that never mind the pub with no beer. Pubs are actually giving beer away because after Thursday, nobody's going to buy it because all our pubs in the UK close. And over to local lockdown. Thank you for the correction. And Stephen again. Interesting, and hopefully his will change in the next few hours, but pubs can do takeout food but not beer. It's not clear. It's at the moment, Stephen, it's about as clear as mud what's actually going to happen on Thursday. We've no idea. Our Prime Minister is going to get up in Parliament tomorrow, and they're going to have a vote, and once they've had the vote, we'll know what's going to happen on Thursday. Before then, we don't know. Interesting times we're living in. So that's the takeaway idea. For your local area, propose to your Chamber of Commerce, or just go in the shops you like. Go into the shops you like tomorrow, because we close on Thursday, and say, I'd love to help you promote your click and collect. I'm a live broadcaster. This is how I can help. Yep. Okay. And again, it's a way of actually giving back to the community. So that's that. Right, I'm just going to bring this up on screen again. Hang on, I'm doing it again. Okay, so these are the top ways in which people actually promote their broadcasts, and blog posts came in near the bottom, and so did boosting. Now, there was an obvious omission to this list. I didn't put a full list. I put a partial list so that everybody could add their own options, and people have. And you can still vote if you want. But there's one, if I'd done this 18 months ago, there would have been one obvious way of promoting your broadcast. And that would have been chatbots. By sending a broadcast on a chatbot 10 minutes before you go live, telling everybody that you're actually going live. The only way to do that now is to pay Facebook. But chatbots do remain a viable option for actually promoting your broadcast. So that brings me to my final topic for today. I'm going to take comments. I've got one more topic. And over to Ted. Great idea. And over to Chris. And Chris is saying super idea for devices. And oh, I knew there were more comments. Just a minute. Let me see if I can get to the bottom comment. I will do it in my hometown for the shops and organizations like. Excellent. Okay, and Stephen is saying, like they do click and collect interviews, do we need 15 minutes? I don't know. Do the 2-minute clip. Do a 15-minute interview. You've got to. Most of the shows that are actually you're actually selling, Stephen. You're actually marketing, so you've got to have some chat between buy this now. I don't know. You can do it any way you want. There are no rules. It's just a new idea. You can help develop it, and more power to you if you actually do use it locally. Okay, and over to Chris, and Chris is saying, I have also used a personal messenger messages to invite each of my friends to watch the interview. Almost everyone has watched, and that's a great way of doing it too. So there you are. Right, the one thing I haven't mentioned so far is watch parties. Watch parties work. There is no doubt that watch parties increase the number of viewers of your recorded broadcast. And I stress the recorded. We can't create watch parties for live broadcasts. Yeah, easily. Watch parties are a way you can use them in conjunction with cross-posting to reach a larger audience. Watch parties are still to be used. They're not to be avoided, but they've come a bit lower down in the pecking order because they're not as easy to use as they used to be. And over to the next comment. And Stephen's going for it. Great, brilliant. Okay, we'll get together later in the week and see what we can hash out as a format for actually doing it. Well, to everybody who's watched live today, I'd like to say a big thank you. And for the questions, thank you. For the comments, thank you. For the encouragement, thank you. I think the wonderful thing about live video and Be.Livers in particular is that we all do help and support each other. And there's no fear, well, there's no side to anybody that I've met on live broadcasting. Live broadcasting is networking its best. It's people getting together and helping and supporting each other and promoting each other's shows. It's never going to get to the stage. Facebook are in control. I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook, 5,000 contacts. If Facebook would share my videos to those 5,000 people, that would be job done. Yep. They don't. Facebook will never show your videos to everybody. They only show it to a selected audience. Our job as broadcasters is to get as many of those 5,000 watching as we can. Okay. And okay, and I've got a thank you from YouTube. Namaste. Thank you very much. And basically, we're in control. We're the ones who schedule, who cross post, who share, who encourage others to share. We're driving the bus, and we've got to make sure the bus is full when we actually go live. I've overrun my time, which usually happens on these live broadcasts. I will be back in the Be.Livers group first week in December, Tuesday, the first week in December. At this time, every Tuesday, you'll find me on YouTube and on the Be.Live Invite page. But it's my pleasure to be live in the group today to talk to you all and to listen to your comments and, as I say, for your encouragement. Thank you. I've managed to get so far without mentioning anything about our politicians. I'm not going to. Let's have a peaceful evening, and wherever you are, take care, and I'll see you again on YouTube in a week's time, in Be.Livers in a month's time. Thank you for everything that you do for the community and in helping each other. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye for now.